So today I would like to present the summary of a journal article that relate to my ESP project, which is the job is airline dispatcher. Okay, so the journal here are about how airline dispatcher manage flights, with the title A Task Analysis in Distributed and Heterogeneous Network Operation, with the author is Lixiao Huang and Cumming. Okay, next. Here we will talk about 5 chapter: introduction, research question, literature review, research methodology, and then for the finding and discussion and the conclusion. Okay, the next up is about the background of the study. Here's the researchers. Here, airline dispatcher has an essential role in flight safety and efficiency regarding flight scheduling and also the operation. Okay, so the reason why these researchers choosing this topic, because they would like to assist the future work of dispatchers to conduct and develop the overall airline system well. And the objectives of this research also that to identify airline dispatchers main tasks for ultimately developing an airline dispatcher workload simulation. The next is the research question is there are 2. What main tasks do dispatchers do and what tools do dispatchers do on task? Okay, here for the literature review that the researcher cited from the research from Chin 2007 in his research entitled Review the Mental Workload Literature and mention individual workload indicates performance and well-being. So how understanding the potential of a factor that understanding how potential influencing factors contribute to dispatcher's workload, it can guide the development and also implementation of assisting automation appropriately. And the next is research methodology. Here, the researcher used descriptive qualitative case study, and for the participant, there are 6 dispatchers at the major commercial. So for the instrument, they use interview and observation. So they interview the participants for to again introductory knowledge of airline operation. And also they do a field observation, so the data will be collected by that. And next we have a finding and discussion. Here the DP here on the left, that a dispatcher use these tools, for example direct communication, talk face to face, TFI, ODT, ComHue, QSI, and Zetron and internet website. They use these tools for interact with these all the parties of this department. So for example, the dispatcher will interact with the pilots to tell about the weather, about the ATC constraint, about the airplane malfunction, for the alternative landing airport, pilot, for fuel, PR or cargo, and then route planning or in-route revision. So they we can see here they set it in a quad arrangement, so may also help each other in hectic case, such as assisting the busy dispatcher in pulling information, because as we know that this dispatcher has some various job tasks and sometimes do at the same time. And the next, here are the flow chart for domestic and international flight dispatching. As you can see that here flight dispatching and also the international flight dispatching. Okay, there is the researchers categorized an airline dispatcher task into three general paths: pre-planning, flight planning, and flight following. Here are the job tasks of dispatcher. And then the difference between the domestic and international flight dispatching is here. Example, for example, in international flight dispatching, the dispatcher also have to check the political issue along the flight. So based on the survey that we can say that dispatcher tasks are categorized as flight related and passenger related, and then the complexity of dispatching comes from the number of parties or department that dispatcher need to work with to coordinate all service to ensure the flight safety, the efficiency and economy, and to fulfill also the passengers need. And here are further tools that it found that ODT and WSI played critical role in aiding dispatchers' decision making. Okay, so we can conclude that dispatcher has a various job tasks and sometimes doing the same job at the same time. The most significant factor influencing workload is weather condition. So with the tasks, tool, and interaction reported in this journal, that it hopes that can inform data collection for developing an airline dispatcher workload simulation model. Okay, so that's all enough from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.